I'm still alive and oh, this feels different, doesn't it? Basically, Scott and I are both sick, but he's at the beginning and I'm at the end of it. He doesn't have the energy to record right now and can barely talk and has given me this script to record in as much of his style as possible. He has also asked me not to read ahead, so I'm just gonna go through this line by line. All right, here we go. So today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite topics, the Disney parks. I've been a Disney fan my whole life, and our family's yearly trips to Disneyland are some of my favorite days out of the whole year. However, despite my lifelong love of Disneyland, that is the only Disney park I have ever been to. However, over the past couple months since we got back from Disneyland this year, I have had an obsession. I have been constantly watching videos about all of the Disneyland parks. For example, did you know that the original Yeti from the Matterhorn now sits in Tavon's collection in Mission Breakout? Or perhaps that at Disney World, Mr. Toad sits in the Pet Cemetery at Haunted Mansion? Because of all of these videos that I've been watching, I have been recommended a new Disney show, Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After. And even though I've only ever experienced this show on YouTube, I still think it's fantastic. So basically, the premise of this show is that all the Disney villains are trying to convince the Magic Mirror from Snow White that they are the most misunderstood. The Magic Mirror explains all of this in a very catchy opening number. Then 3 different villains come out one by one, each singing their own songs. First comes Cruella de Vil, who shows off some of her new fashion while trying to appeal to the crowd. Her costume is engineered to quickly change into a bunch of different outfits, while the background behind her shows her past designs. Then after that, she fights a bit with the Magic Mirror and then disappears. Then the background transforms into a pirate ship as Captain Hook comes out. He draws his sword and appeals to the crowd that he is in fact the most misunderstood. He sings his song while the voices of his crew sing out, yo-ho, 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 yo-ho. I'm sure that attempt was perfectly accurate. Then Captain Hook is chased around by the Croc, who then follows him behind the projectors. Finally, Maleficent walks out and then sings her rendition of Once Upon a Dream. Then the background itself opens up and she walks out. I think you can tell which of these villains are my favorite, given that I spent double the time talking about his performance. After Maleficent disappears, Hades from Hercules shows up. However, he's only trapped in the background and can't assume his physical form on stage. After that, Jafar from Aladdin shows up, but he has the same problem as Hades. The two of them start fighting in the background, and then Gaston shows up with them, then Ursula, then Dr. Facilier. More and more Disney villains start to appear in the background, all of them using clips from their respective movies. The Magic Mirror then panics, and then his master, the Evil Queen, shows up and shatters the mirror. Desperate to keep them at bay, the Magic Mirror then attempts to appeal the audience to see who's the most misunderstood. This is when Cruella, Captain Hook, and Maleficent all come back out. The Magic Mirror highlights the 3 of them individually, and they each get a chance to get a cheer from the audience. Then one of the 3 of them is chosen as that show's winner, and I just have to say that this is so cool. The winning villain will then close out the show by singing a brief reprise of their song. I've watched enough videos of this show to see all possible endings, and I have to say that Captain Hook's is by far my favorite. He then tells the audience that they are a part of his crew and then asks them to participate in the Yo-Ho song. And then we arrive at perhaps the coolest part of the show. The Magic Mirror then tells the winner to leave now that a decision has been made. Then the winner says they never promised anything and the villain gets the last laugh. Then the villain starts laughing as all the backgrounds fill with other Disney villains laughing along with them. The Magic Mirror then says, "Oh no!" and then the curtain lowers. And I cannot imagine how amazing this show is in person if I enjoy it this much through random YouTube videos. As I alluded to earlier, I am ride or die with Captain Hook, and I guess both Brothers Murphy are now. So Nate, to be clear, I know this is getting confusing. I have never seen this show before, and I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I'm sure the show is great. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to close out this video by saying exactly what Captain Hook sings. I might sing it if I don't completely hate Scott by this point in the video. So try The Life of a Thief. Just sample the life of a crook. There isn't a one who won't have fun working for Captain Hook, the world's most famous crook. Now do a 17-minute one-man recreation of the show. All right, that's it. I'm done. I'm not doing that. We're done here. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and Scott, I'll see you tomorrow. Editor, play the end screen. Okay.